the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They give it to him again. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. The Commanders ready for the punt. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And plenty of hang time on this one. And he's going to call for the fair catch here at the 38-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Eagles will take possession. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Great, set. No touch.
Right to the air, it's Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Neighbors with the catch. And they get this down to the 28.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here.
A loss of 5 brings up 2nd and 15 at the 29-yard line.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Escapes the pocket. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker Jake Elliott for the try. From the left hash, 34 yards away. The kick by Hopkins is good. And that will get them on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Brown with a return here. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. From the 31. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
He has the first over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. He gets 6 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Rolling out to his left. That one's caught along the left sideline. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Again, Daniels to the air. Got Sinnott. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Another carry for him. Room inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's 2nd and goal. They'll send him up the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Commanders pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. PAT effort coming up. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead.
Commanders 7, Eagles 3.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. They'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
Great, set. No touch.
Trying again following the sack. He's got Devontae Smith. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
That's into the hands of Barkley. Continuing to move past the 45. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
No touch.
From the 47. He's on the move. And they had that one contained right at the line. Play made by Deron Payne.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's caught for the 1st. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Sideline throw reeled in by Neighbors. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
63. No touch.
Hurts now from the gun. Intercepted in the end zone. Mike Sandler still makes the play.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Back-to-back carries here. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Give now to the running back. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Commanders trying to make some noise before halftime. 2nd and 3 now. Play fake here, Daniels. He rolls to his right. Hits his running back. This one goes for 3 yards. And the Commanders will have a first.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Throw complete to Sinnott. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because he threw it in double coverage. And you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Has him running the comeback. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
When you throw that comeback route versus zone, you have to see the underneath defenders. It's frankly easier, Kate, to throw it versus man-to-man. You know where everybody is. But in zone, you better trust your eyes underneath. And when you do, there's completions like that to be had.
And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Daniels. This one's caught. Touchdown, Washington. Extra point attempt coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11.
Commanders 14, Eagles 3.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left.
Stand. Tiger Hornet. Delta.
First down throwing for Hurts. Getting out to his left. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First and 10. Here's Hurts. And the Commanders get home. They drop him. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Another try following the sack. On the move, headed right. And he couldn't quite get the edge. He goes out of bounds and maybe gets back to the line.
All right, we'll call that one a drop. He escapes, quarterback does. He avoids taking the sack, but he's also denied a gain of any kind.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
Silver, ready? Delta.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And they got home, sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Coaches challenge him to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Let's go now.
One final shot before halftime. First play, he's going for it to the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Darius Slay has it. And the Eagles do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Here's Smith on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Hurts. Into the hands of Pitts. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Into the hands of Neighbors. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
This one intended for the running back. And it sets up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hurts throwing again. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one. Kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Here's Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st down, a run with Barkley. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Great. Set.
To the air, 3rd and long. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Rolling left, buying some time. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort, getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
Looking for the back that time. And that brings up 4th and long.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here's 2nd and 7. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. On 1st down, they'll run. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Sidney Brown in on that stop. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Plowing up the middle. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Josh Sweat making the stop. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Daniels now. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's got it at the 6. And he almost gets to the 5. He's out at the 6. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Commanders push their lead further to start the